I am your host, the Latin Babbler. We are here with a very funny Leo Gonzalez. Let's get this rolling.
Levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras. Yo levantaré mi bandera, wow. Levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras. No, no, y es que hay mucho sentimiento, lo grito al viento, de ser latino nunca me arrepiento. Lo digo desde la Suiza, centroamericana, rebota en Colombia y en Dominicana y yo.
Oh, that's bougie.
Right? You like that, right?
That's bougie.
You saw you in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully in the beginning.
Yeah, no, you got it under. Welcome to the Latin Babbler Show. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts. We got Paula Garcia, host of Paula Knows Something. We have Daisy Tornell, host of Cafecito con Daisy. And our very special guest today is ridiculously funny. He's a comedian and a content creator with over 2 million plus followers spanning across TikTok, Instagram, and more. Welcome to the show, Leo Gonzalez. What's up?
Thank you. Oh, no applause? Okay.
Nope.
Thank you for having me. Nah, I imagine.
He wants to cheer. We can do the cheer. There we go.
There it is.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Asking you shall receive. See, look, it's just going.
Honestly, settle down, guys.
So we
this
gotta stop
point.
it, right?
Oh, you just, yeah.
We just
They're
counted.
very good at that.
They're-
Right on cue. Just everybody's.
Immediately. It's like when they have cue
Perfect.
cards. You know. So you're from Hanford, California. What was it like growing up there?
Yeah. It was exciting. It was cool. Not exciting. Nobody believed that part. It was good. It's it's a agricultural city, a lot of fields and dairies around, so not a whole lot to do, but I had a lot of friends, so it was fun.
Was it like, did you grow up thinking, one of these days I want to be like a content creator? Is that what you wanted to do?
No, because I think at that time there wasn't really a lot of. I think there was like YouTubers, like we knew of YouTubers, but I don't think the content creator title was a thing yet. So I wanted to do something that felt like exciting, but I didn't know what it would be. I just wanted to do something that I wanted attention.
He's like, I wanted to be in people's faces. And
Yeah, exactly.
were you like the class clown growing up? Like, were you the comedian in the family?
I was a class clown in 6th grade and 7th grade. Those were my strongest. 6th and 7th grade were my strongest years. That's when it was like, that was my time. Yeah. I made everybody laugh.
He was popular.
I was popular, but I was also a teacher's pet. So whenever I would make the class laugh, I would pretend that it wasn't me that made them laugh when the teacher looked around. I was like as concerned as the teacher at who was doing this. I was like, guys, really?
Honing those acting skills from the beginning.
Anyways, go ahead, Mrs. Crows. I'm sorry about us.
Le trae una manzana.
Yeah.
He had like a banana or an apple with him. He was like, here you go. And everybody's
He
looking
was
at him
probably
like,
the "Where's my hug" student, right?
Yeah, exactly.
oh my God. Where's my hug? So I feel like, I know quite a few, and I'm trying to figure out, there's a lot of people who have a misconception about like content creators. And they make it seem like everybody just gets lucky overnight and then boom, you're all of a sudden, you got 2 million followers. But I think one of the things that I love about your story is that you've gone through like quite some serious things in life. And I think you've triumphed over a lot of those, which is like really inspiring. You had a time where like it was really rough. You were taking care of your mom and she was very ill, right?
Yeah. Before any of this TikTok or social media stuff was happening, I was taking care of my mom for several years, from 2014, starting in 2014 when I moved back home from Northern California, so I had to take care of her. She had some pretty serious strokes and lost a lot of her vision, cognitive abilities, memory. And so yeah, it was really rough to try to take on sort of that parental position, as an only child with the one adult, and try to juggle that with two jobs, and trying to do I was trying to do YouTube at that time. I had my own little stuff because I was trying to be a news reporter at that time, and so yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
What did you do to kind of like pick yourself up? Because I know that for me, like when my grandmother was going through that, it was just like a really down time. So I had to try to climb my way up slowly. And as I became a dad, I guess having my kids helped me out. What did you have to do to kind of sit there and say, you know what, I have to now, pick up the pieces and kind of go from there?
Yeah, I think why I waited until it feels like the 11th hour to really get some more support from my mom, because I think at some point, not knowing how to do any of it, I thought that I could do a lot, and I think I became so defensive because I was the only one with doctors and social workers trying to walk me through, like, this is what happened, this is what that stroke meant, and this is what that meant, and legal stuff. And so at some point, I was like, all right, don't tell me like any sort of authority. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to listen to it, because I know how to take care of my mom. I've been doing this by myself for this many years. And, you become sort of, hyper aware towards like nurses and medical assistants. You sort of get that sort of like, all right, well, you don't really care, so get out of my way. You don't, so I think I was like really for a while just like struggling with that. And then finally I just decided to like get some more help. And that's when I needed to really just like start picking myself back up, because I spent almost 5 years working on someone else that myself was like broken. Like I've had nothing of my own anymore. I didn't think I was anything anymore. I just felt like just sort of like something that was holding something else, and not doing a good job at holding something else, when you're breaking yourself. Yeah,
because we kind of have that feeling where we're like, okay, we got this, but we technically don't. Not until we kind of like get the realization of the situation that we're on. But look at you. You turn around and you went from that situation. You're now, what is it, 2 million? 2 million. You just reached 2 million on TikTok, I think, a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah, on Saturday.
How did you celebrate that? Don't tell me that you celebrated with just those gold bubble numbers that they always do.
I don't think I did anything. So this was the first. I hadn't seen my mom in a few months, and so I spent the weekend with her. So I hit 2 million while I was pushing her wheelchair at Costco. So I was like, yeah, let's get those cinnamon rolls. Yeah. Yeah, let's grab it's the 2 for $6.
She's like, what's the occasion? It's like 2 million.
So so that's what that was. But no, I didn't celebrate. I didn't really do anything. It doesn't feel like the 1 million. The 1 million was crazy because it's like it feels really wild. This one, I think it's like barely starting to hit me. Like, whoa, you did that again. Like you did that 1 million twice.
You just doubled it.
So. Yeah, but my roommates, they got me a few cakes when I got here, which was really nice. I like showed up, and that night they were all being sketchy, and I was like, oh, they're talking crap about me. They hate that I'm back. And then they all come out with cake, and I was like, all right. All right.
So cinnamon buns and cake.
Yeah, tres leches. They got tres leches. So yeah, if you guys are ever in the area.
Very nice, very nice.
Or if you're not. Even if you're not in the area.
Are you inviting us to have cake with you?
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'll fly out.
He basically just said that everybody from the show can
leave Chicago, Paula. Honestly, just come for warmth.
Just to survive. So, okay, we have 2 million under your belt, and you're also, the month of January, you're officially 2 years in. Also, what does a platform of this size mean to you?
Nothing. Imagine. No, it's
no vale nada.
No me vale. No, it's just it's crazy because it's something that now looking at it, it really puts a lot of things into perspective. And like I said, during that time that all that stuff was going on, those few years back, like, I mean, like, there was nothing with me left. Like, I had lost my funny with everything else. I didn't think anything was funny anymore. I didn't think that anything was I don't think there was any light in life. And so that's, I think what that 2 million feels like. It just feels like a whole lot of friends that I didn't have before. You know, I love that when I go somewhere and meet new people, and who have seen the videos. It's just crazy to think that, like, 2 years ago, 2 years and 2 months ago, you know, when it was really, like, still part of that last season, and in it just, I didn't know any of these people existed. I didn't know that my roommates that I'm here with existed 2 years ago when that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
And so it's a really big deal for me. And I try to be as present as I can, because I was present for the other stuff. So I think I'm trying to be fair and be present for this too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, Leo, what would you say is the best part about being a comedian / creative? I was going to say creative director, a content creator.
You can say director.
You're like, yeah, I'm not.
No, the best part of it, I mean, it's the best job that I've ever had. Honestly, it's the funnest job. Probably the second best, because my first job, like, that was the best, was probably being a camp counselor. But this is like a very close second. And the best thing is that I am able to do something really fun. Like, it's something that, like, things that I hope are funny. These ideas, these TikToks that I do are things that I thought about when I was in, like, 5th, 6th grade. And was, you know, I didn't have anything I didn't have nobody watching at that time to talk about it. And so I think it's the best thing is to be able to make a living while doing something that feels fun and is funny for some people. And I love meeting people. I think that's the best thing. I met some people yesterday, this couple that were so nice. Spent like 30 minutes with talking to them at the mall, and that's the best part of it is being able to hear about how they watch the videos. And because it's crazy, like, I think you just make the video sometimes and forget that people are watching. I think sometimes I'm just like, oh, I hope, like, I get a few likes, and you forget that it's like people across the country.
Well, speaking of meeting people, your talent has honestly taken you down a really interesting road. You've now met George Lopez, you've come across Eugenio Derbez, Eva Longoria, and even Marshmello. I saw Jaden Smith in one of those videos. What encounter thus far has meant the most, or which one has been the most meaningful?
They've all been so ironic. I mean, the George Lopez one was crazy because he's the person that I studied as a kid. He's the person that I studied not only, like, his comedy and his timing and his delivery, but also just, like, his life story.
Yeah.
And I related a lot to his life story. And so, like, when I met him, I really, like, it took me 3 weeks for it to hit me that I'm like, whoa, you, like, really, like, you really met him. Like, you really did a podcast with him. Like, that was a crazy experience, because of how much he did for my life. And to be able to tell someone, I didn't tell him, I mean, we talked a little bit on the podcast, but I didn't tell him about what he did for my life until after the show in the parking lot. And so it was an honor to be able to tell that to the person with nobody else, no security, not with any, like, assistants or managers, like, on the side, like, just you two, just being able to just
just
be
the
so,
personal
like,
side of it,
emotional. Yeah, that was amazing. And, you know, meeting Marshmello was so, that one was ironic because of just how much I listened to him over there when I was dealing through those seasons. And Jaden Smith, when I met Jaden Smith, we had like a 45-minute talk. We were at this party, and we had a 45-minute talk. and he said I was his favorite TikToker, and we were just like being so like spiritual. Like I told him how much like his dad did for me a few months prior when I was talking to his dad, and it was that. I mean, it's just crazy to think of these people recognizing me, because I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't.
Yeah, they're seeing
I
you
don't
on
know
a
you saw that
platform.
video.
Yeah, I mean, they're catching on to these videos that they're getting on their feed somewhere in their reels and all kinds of stuff, and that's amazing.
That's crazy. So all of that's crazy.
Because that's, I mean, look, I actually caught you with one of my favorite clips that you have is the one that made me go, okay, I got to talk to this guy. Like, I got to have this guy on the show. And it's the one where you're doing the customer service. Decide to shoot a shot.
Okay, yeah. That's the one that made your chair turn like on The Voice. Yeah. Let's get him on.
I was in there. I'm like, this dude is hilarious. I'm going to play it. I have it here, so I want to play it for people to actually see. It's hilarious, man.
Hello, customer service. What happened? Wait. Who you mad at? You're mad at me? Why me? What did I do? Wait, did I do that? Entonces, a ver, más te vale. Well, let me help you out then. What's your last name? All right, bet. What's the last four of your phone number? What about the first three digits? Nah. Dang, so you didn't pay your bill on time, huh? Your man couldn't help you out? Oh, you're single? Say less. What? I didn't say nothing. Now you're hearing things. Damn. Well, let me shoot my shot then. Nah, cálmate tú, Miss Independent.
That is actually hilarious. Where did you like get up that day and go, you know what? This is gonna be what I record. Like this is gonna be. I'm just curious as to what got into your mind that was like, this is the character I'm gonna be today.
Well, I think the funniest thing for me, I like making fun of people and impersonating people that take themselves so seriously, and so I'm trying to put this character Junior into all these random jobs of people who take themselves seriously, you know, and so whatever I can do, if it's a news reporter or a therapist or something. Tomorrow's skit, or in a few days, one of the skits that's coming out, it's gonna be him as a therapist, and so I don't know. I'm running out of ideas though.
Can we send you ideas if we have any?
Yeah, send me an idea for real.
Camp counselor.
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
there
is.
you go.
That
You
one
see?
was right there.
Right
That
there.
Right
He's like
there.
writing it down now. I have the other one because the other one is actually the news reporter.
Oh my God, those are my favorite.
Now we
gotta
know
tell
why
you-
he was going to be a reporter.
He's the thing that makes me laugh about it is like you start this off so serious. If somebody was looking at this reel, they would have thought that they were actually watching some type of like news clip. That was it. Because until you actually say the punchline that you're starting off on, you can't tell. It looks like an ABC reporter that's like on the scene doing something. This is a clip. I was dying with this one.
The Department of Motor Vehicles has issued a new method of communication for all drivers across the United States. They say it's not something that needs to be added to your vehicle. It may already be installed.
They're calling them turn signal lights. If utilized correctly, they may make for a safer road. The intention is that we communicate with others to be on the same page.
So now knowing these regulations, how is that going to affect how you drive?
I don't think it'll affect it as much. Yeah, I've been, driving pretty good for about a couple years now.
Right. So I hear you. It is not an option, though. I'm not sure if you knew that I was driving behind you a little bit ago before we asked you for this interview. That was me, and you cut me off. Like, it would have been so grand to know that you were
That was you
wanting to turn.
Yeah, it's because I actually sneezed, and then it kind of jerked my hand a little bit, but I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, so is this your first day sneezing?
Oh my gosh.
He said, "Is this your first day sneezing?"
That one I had that was a remastered version because I had previously done that same video in 2018 18 or 19, but I just decided to bring it back because I done it on Facebook, but I decided to bring it back on TikTok, and I did it with Rob, who's one of my favorite YouTubers that I was watching when I was still in Nevada like 2 years ago.
I watched the original and the remake. They're both
Did you watch it?
I did. It was
Oh,
with a young
thank
lady,
you.
right? With a girl.
Yeah.
Yes, it was good. Both of them good. And
I
you
saw that one too.
Yes. So at this point, you've been a fast food employee, a news anchor, reporter, a car salesman, an interviewer. What's been your favorite character to play?
I love playing anybody, like any customer service, whether it's like a fast food or like grocery store employee. I think they're all fun. I think like everybody, because when you think about it, you look at customer service person and at a grocery store in Chicago. You go to California, you got the same type of person. Same person with the same walk. If you look at a school clerk, same type of personality with the same walk. So I think like those are really fun to play because I think no matter where you are in the country, you're like, I remember that one person that's like that I've seen.
Like, it's mad relatable. It's crazy.
So I saw you also started the Familia Fuego. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've been in Familia Fuego. That one it's a collaborative of Whaler, which are my management, and DirecTV, which DirecTV. DirecTV. So both of those companies got together and put together this content house, and they selected me and my 4 other roommates, Monica, Alexia, Jesus, and no, I'm just kidding, Izzy, Isabella. And they put us all in this house for a 6-month partnership where we make content all together as a group, and we're doing sponsored content for DirecTV, just like any other brand deal. But so it's crazy. We're all Latinos. We're all from different places. Me being from Fresno area, Jesus is from Downey. Isabella, San Diego, and then the other 2 from Dallas and New Jersey. So they flew us all here. Yeah, gave us a room, gave us a studio space. So this is literally an intentional space to be doing content together. Con dinero.
That's awesome. It kind of feels like Jersey Shore vibes, like you guys are doing.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Yeah, who's Leo hooking up with?
Listen,
On the next season.
come in. Imagine.
So who do you hope to collaborate with next?
I met all my goals. No, I'm just kidding. I in terms of like influencers, I really don't know. I don't know a lot of influencers. I want to collab with I want to be able to do things with actors that I was watching before. Like I'd love to do something with like Kevin Hart. I'd love to do something with Conan O'Brien, of course. But little by little, I'm doing more collabs with different TikTokers. I'm doing some tomorrow with 2 of my favorite TikTokers. That'll be tomorrow, which is exciting for me.
So speaking of collaborating and working with other TikTokers as well, I know that TikTok is a space about creativity and expressing yourself. It's also a space where recreating content is really big. Where do you feel that the line between flattery and insult comes in when you work really hard to create your content and then somebody either copies it, recreates it, however you want to call it?
I don't know if they do. I know like one time one of the girls, some girl recreated one of my videos, but she is a news reporter, so I was like, let her have it.
Let her have it.
Yeah, and but I don't know. I honestly don't check. I don't check if anybody does, but I mean, it's an idea. I hope that people saw my version of it. I know like I did see some versions of this blinker video after, but like I hope people saw my version. I'm not tripping. I like the idea. I think it's a funny idea.
It's kind of flattering though if you think about it. I mean, I know that from I guess because content creators get you get paid for the content and you know how it monetizes and so forth. But just to even see that a concept of yours that you thought up of is being duplicated by people, even if it's just for fun, it's got to be for me one of those things where it's just like, because you see a lot of these duets and people who are kind of like trying to like emulate somebody, and you know I think I don't know, depending on how it's affecting, I guess it could be something that's like really kind of cool. Because it's kind of like your idea lives on through a bunch of people.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I love watching when people do it in my videos, or when people are like, oh, this person's like Leo Gonzalez or whatever. That's nice. I mean, it's nice to just be a thought that's related to someone else's video, you know, whether it was my idea or not. No, but I mean, ultimately, I don't check on it. All my stuff is original. Everything I've ever shot is original. I don't do any trends. I don't do any sounds. I spend a lot of time trying to come up with little ideas. So if someone else like uses it, it's fun. I mean, it's relatable. That shows how relatable it is.
It does.
Management is the one that handles that. They're right now writing up the paperwork for anybody that we mentioned that copied it.
Yeah, I gave you the PR friendly answer. My legal team is right here working on that. You guys can.
So I have a question, because I was reading an interview, and you had mentioned something where you were trying to use your content to bridge Latinos with everyone else, and to be at the table with everyone else. Now, I find that to be like an extremely strong statement, because anybody who knows and listens to the show, they know that that's kind of like the theme that I drive home, is I want the Latinidad to be at the same level, mindset, financially, culturally, as everybody else. We should all be in that platform. We should all be, have a hand at the table. I'm like, let's stop being voters. Let's start being the leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on that. Why do you feel, especially in this time, that it's so important?
Yeah, and I think it was Fortune magazine. I talked about that a few months ago, because it's though I think the first time that I really felt, and it's not even like it was a big deep thing, but when I did the collab with Marshmello, I was the only Latino TikToker that was included in that. Mm-hmm. And so once I realized that, from that day of taping, I was like, I felt like a responsibility almost, and so it's like something like the rest of it has to make sense. Like the rest of it has to align with that too. That we have to have a seat at the table, and I've always felt, just like you said with voting, like if you have the ability to vote, you have to vote. That's not an option. That's not like, it's not one of those things that you put in the back of your mind. Like, that's something that like you cannot think to yourself like, one of my friends will do it, or someone I know will do it. No. Like, we have to vote, not only because of how we see in other states that certain political groups are working to make voting harder in some states right now. But we have that freedom and that opportunity that hasn't always been there. And I think that in order to live a fruitful life, for me personally, as a Latino, I want to make sure that the people that are speaking in Capitol Hill are saying things that I believe in, and speaking on a local level, I want to make sure that whoever is city council believes in the same person that I believe in Washington, and so we have to involve ourselves, and I don't think that has to do with I don't think that has to be something that's so hard. I really don't think it's hard. I think we have to have ourselves in the room and be respectful, so that we can be respected. And then if we're not respected, then we can go in and do the rest.
That's it.
But we have a chance right now to be involved. So like, we should do that before it's gone, because we've seen how it can be gone, and we see how currently it's a threat in other states.
Have you seen it change? I mean, for like, we were talking about, we have a lot of hosts who are either in the entertainment industry, actors, or at least critics and so forth. Like I know Juan is one of our kind of like movie connoisseurs. He's basically a journalist in the community. And this past year, we saw like a bunch of productions that actually took place for Latinos. Like you Encanto, you have Vivos, you have West Side Story. From the, I guess in the TikTok community, I know that you mentioned that situation with Marshmallow, where you were the only one there. Have you seen at least a growth since that time has taken place?
Yeah, and I see it happen within TikTok, within these platforms themselves. During the last few months, TikTok was very, very intentional about giving Hispanics this sort of like elevated. They elevated our videos. They put us on murals. They did a lot of PR stuff, and they were very encouraging. They've been doing workshops. They do workshops for several months at a time. Right now they have a Latin creatives thing that they're still working on, where they have mentorship for Latino TikTokers.
Oh, very cool.
So you can see how intentional that is, and a bunch of my friends are in that program on TikTok. And so yeah, you see that, and you see people like Eva Longoria is part of that program of mentors for them. George Lopez last year when I started TikTok, or I guess 2020, he was part of that mentorship program too. So it is something where they're trying to elevate us. They're trying to give us more benefits by saying, we want to watch your videos, keep doing these, and they're making themselves available to give us resources. So I have seen a lot of Latinos doing some cool stuff, which is really nice to be friends with people who are so funny, so creative, good singers, good editors. Be able to have that stage is really good, really crazy.
That's amazing.
I love that. So is there anything new or upcoming projects you're able to share with us, or are they secrets?
Imagine, I'm like, listen, we can't talk about it right now. Just be on the lookout.
Hey, we get that. Trust me, we get that a lot. So, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm working on some projects here for outside of TikTok for YouTube and stuff like that. But apart from that, you just have to wait. Daisy, look, you're gonna have to wait.
Me stalking him outside his window.
She got puppy face at the window. She's like, he's like, fine, I'll give it to you.
Here.
Be like, Leo, we're here for cake.
Paula, you're here for warmth.
Yeah, you just need some sun.
For both. I have sun, it's not penetrating the sonar or whatever.
The minute she walks outside, she running back in. That's crazy. That's how you know you're in cold weather. When you like freeze, the minute you walk outside, you're just like still. Because you're pondering if I should just go to the car or go back in. That's crazy.
No, I was in Chicago I think in February, and that was the worst mistake I ever made. I'm like walking through. I can't remember where I was. I went twice in that month, a few different weeks, and I'm like, I've got like ice coming down my nose. Like, no, hey, that's not worth it, Paula. That's not worth it.
Breathing?
The pizza can't be worth it.
The worst part about it, look, you guys can sit there and say, at least he went there probably because he was. How long were you there, Leo?
I was there for like 4 days each week.
Okay,
yeah.
So see, you guys, aside from Paula, I went there for boot camp when I joined the Navy. I was there for 8 weeks, from January 5th all the way through March 1st. And the icicles were an understatement. It was like negative 20 degrees while we were doing push-ups. So, yeah, and I was in Great Lakes, Illinois, right by there. Yeah, it's not happening again. No.
It's not worth it. And you guys swear the pizza is good, and I could not stay even for the pizza.
I don't want to stay either. Sorry, Chicago. It's too cold. I can't do it anymore.
She's waiting for somebody to move to LA, so there you go.
I have an invite for cake, okay? That's the motivation I need.
I have friends looking for roommates, so I'll let you know. Maybe you guys can work something.
She's gonna join the creator program. There you go.
Oh
So
my
that was
gosh. No talent.
So
Oh my
Leo, man,
gosh.
this is actually amazing. I'm actually really stoked that you were able to actually join us on the show. Like it was truly humbling to hear your story and to see your journey is actually like elevating, because as Latinos, when you're looking at a brother, man, and he is just going full throttle. Like I see you everywhere. Every time I go on Instagram or on TikTok or something, I'm like seeing you everywhere. It's really, really cool. I'm seeing you like doing commercials or at least advertisements, doing sponsored spots. So like, if people wanted to follow you, which is kind of a dumb question, because I mean they can pretty much find you anywhere, but if they wanted to follow you or contact you, what would be like the place to do that?
Yeah, my username is pretty much the same on everything from Twitter to from Twitter to Instagram.
He was going to say
Instagram.
OnlyFans. He's got one. He's got one. I heard it.
From Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all Leo Gonzalez, and Snapchat Leo G94 for the behind the scenes look.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, so that's those are the main places. YouTube also, YouTube Leo Gonzalez. So that's where I'm posting everything, and we're picking up that content. So it'll be fun, and I'm grateful for anybody who will watch.
That's amazing.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
When I'm having a bad day and I watch your funny videos, it literally makes it 10 times better. Like
Daisy.
my friends and I send each other like your videos, and we like literally crack up. So when I told them I had a chance to interview you today, they're like, "Oh my god, like what are you gonna ask him? Are you gonna ask him where's my hug?" And I'm like,
Oh
no.
my gosh! You're like, yes, I'll throw that in. I'll
like,
throw
sure.
that in.
No, my daughter was actually sitting here. It's like, wait, who is it that you're interviewing today? And I'm like, well, here, just turn on your Instagram. She watched you for like 30 minutes straight. She was just dying. Like it was just hilarious.
That's crazy.
So look, man, you're making a difference. It's actually like really awesome to have people, doing what you do. You're extremely creative, and just keep pushing, man, because all that stuff about talking, being able to meet Kevin Hart, you're going to be in that movie with him one day. It's not going to be The Rock and Kevin Hart. It's going to be Leo Gonzalez, bro.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm ready. I'm ready for a nice little where we're coworkers, police officer coworkers.
Oh, hey. The Leo Gonzalez show. Manifest it, bro.
I'm down.
All right, guys. Well, that is our show, folks.
All right.
You can listen to us on Neighborhood Radio, on radio89.com, and literally on every popular podcast app. Follow us on social media at Latin Babbler Show, and visit our website at www.latinbabbler.com. I'm the Latin Babbler, along with Leo Gonzalez and the crew. We are out.
Desde Nicaragua hasta Costa Rica, con esta canción todo mundo se identifica. Llamen a los chilenos y a los cubanos, llamen a Puerto Rico y a los mexicanos, que ya se armó la rumba. Desde Panamá hasta Ecuador, vámonos a Perú y luego hasta Salvador. Que se escuche en Brasil y Argentina. Yo quiero un grito de mi gente latina y levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras.